I was employed in the supplement industry. I observed companies invest millions into advertisements while quietly compromising on the very products they were marketing to elderly individuals. Here's the harsh reality. Most protein powders are nothing but isolated whey or soy proteins stripped of their natural cofactors, bulked up with fillers, artificial flavors, gums, and sweeteners that your aging digestive system struggles to process. What's absent? The vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fatty acids that your muscles genuinely need to rebuild and remain strong. That's why so numerous elderly people continue losing 1 to 3% of their muscle every year following 60, even while consuming expensive powders. And yet, the industry keeps you dependent because fear of weakness is a trillion-dollar business. In this video, we're exposing this industry. We'll reveal the 8 natural foods that halt muscle loss immediately, ranked from number 8 to the number 1 powerhouse that fuels muscle growth longer and stronger than any powder available. Stay with me because number 4 is the food supplement companies will never include on their labels. It would destroy their profit model overnight. Every single study I reference is listed right below in the description. Verify them yourself because the science doesn't deceive. Before we begin, quick question. Have you ever spent money on protein powders? Share your answer in the comments. I'll be in there responding to every single one because your story could save another elderly person from wasting their time and health. Now, without any further delay, let's start with number 8. A natural food so powerful it surpasses powders in ways the industry will never acknowledge. Number 8, spirulina. Spirulina doesn't appear like much, just a deep green powder that smells faintly of the ocean. But don't let appearances deceive you. This microscopic algae is among the most concentrated natural protein sources on Earth. In reality, 60 to 70% of spirulina's weight is pure protein, more than double the amount discovered in beef. For elderly people above 60, that's vital because the body's capacity to build and maintain muscle declines with age. And inferior quality proteins no longer accomplish the job. A 2016 study in the Journal of Medicinal Food revealed that spirulina supplementation not only enhanced muscle strength, but also diminished inflammation markers that slow recovery following exercise or even following simple daily activities. The magic isn't just in the protein. Spirulina is rich in branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs, which directly feed muscle tissue along with iron, magnesium, and antioxidants that diminish oxidative stress in aging cells. Take Robert, 68, who began adding a teaspoon of spirulina to his morning smoothie following years of feeling weaker each month. Within weeks, he noticed less fatigue climbing stairs and improved muscle tone in his legs. Unlike protein powders that left him bloated, spirulina provided him clean, digestible strength. The secret lies in its bioavailability. Spirulina's cell walls are soft and easy to digest, so elderly people absorb its nutrients quickly without straining the gut. Just a small daily serving can assist in countering sarcopenia, the age-related muscle wasting that silently steals independence. Spirulina may be unusual, but it earns its place in the countdown because it delivers more usable protein per spoonful than almost any powder on the shelf. And the next food, it's not exotic whatsoever. It's something you've walked past in the grocery aisle without recognizing it's a muscle-preserving powerhouse. Number 7, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds might appear small, but for elderly people fighting muscle loss, they're a powerhouse hiding in plain sight. Just 1 ounce, approximately a small handful, delivers nearly 7 grams of complete protein along with magnesium, zinc, and iron, 3 minerals that elderly people frequently lack. The 2018 study in Nutrients discovered that elderly adults with higher magnesium intake preserve substantially more muscle mass compared to those deficient. Why? Because magnesium is directly tied to muscle contraction and recovery, while zinc and iron keep oxygen flowing to the tissues. Without them, muscles weaken, balance falters, and falls become more likely. For elderly people, pumpkin seeds are particularly valuable because they don't just feed muscle, they calm inflammation. These seeds are loaded with antioxidants, and omega-6 fatty acids that diminish oxidative stress, which otherwise accelerates muscle breakdown with age. And unlike numerous protein powders that trigger bloating or digestive issues, pumpkin seeds are gentle on the stomach, particularly when roasted or ground into a powder. Take George, 70, who believed his leg weakness was simply getting old. He began adding 2 tablespoons of ground pumpkin seeds to his morning oatmeal following his doctor's suggestion for more magnesium. Within months, he noticed fewer nighttime cramps and steadier steps when climbing stairs. What seemed like a tiny habit provided him back a level of independence he feared was gone forever. They may be small, but pumpkin seeds deliver substantial results. They're proof that preventing muscle loss doesn't require fancy powders. Sometimes it begins with something as simple as a handful of seeds. Up next, the countdown continues with another seed that has been treasured since ancient civilizations, famous for packing protein in a surprisingly tiny form. Number 6. Amaranth. Amaranth isn't merely an ancient grain, it's a muscle-preserving powerhouse that numerous elderly people overlook. While protein powders frequently upset digestion, amaranth delivers all 9 essential amino acids in a natural plant-based package that makes it a complete protein, something rare in grains. A 2019 study in food chemistry confirmed that amaranth contains nearly the same amino acid balance as eggs, making it a perfect daily addition for elderly people fighting sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle. What distinguishes amaranth is its lysine content. Most grains are low in lysine, but amaranth is packed with it, and lysine is critical for building and repairing muscle fibers. Without enough lysine, elderly people may struggle with prolonged muscle soreness and slower recovery following even light activity. Amaranth also provides magnesium, which fuels ATP production, the body's energy currency, and calcium, supporting bone strength right alongside muscle function. The beauty of amaranth is how easy it is to utilize. Elderly people can consume it as porridge, mix it into soups, or grind it into flour for healthier baked goods. Unlike protein powders that can trigger bloating or kidney strain, amaranth is gentle on digestion while providing steady energy release. Amaranth proves that you don't need fancy powders or supplements to fight muscle loss. Just the right natural foods in your diet. And next, we'll examine a food that feels more like a snack than a superfood, but delivers muscle-protecting nutrients in every crunchy bite. Number 5. Egg whites. Egg whites are famous for being pure protein. They're fat-free, low in calories, and for decades they've been marketed as the healthiest part of the egg. Fitness magazines and diet fads pushed the idea that discarding the yolk was the smart move. But for elderly people, relying heavily on egg whites alone is a mistake that can accelerate muscle loss instead of halting it. Here's why. Egg whites contain high-quality protein, but almost none of the other nutrients your muscles and nerves desperately need following 60. The yolk is where the vitamins and minerals reside. Choline for your nerves, vitamin D for your bones, lutein and zeaxanthin for your eyes, and omega-3s for your heart. By discarding yolks, you're discarding nearly 90% of the egg's nutrition. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that elderly people who consumed whole eggs had higher muscle protein synthesis than those who consumed the same protein amount from whites only. In other words, the body utilizes yolk plus white together far more effectively than just whites. Take Harold, 70, who followed his cardiologist's old advice from the 1980s and consumed nothing but egg whites for years. He believed he was protecting his heart. But by the time he came in for a nutrition consult, he had muscle weakness, brittle bones, and constant fatigue. Once he reintroduced whole eggs in moderation, his strength and energy returned within months because his body finally obtained the missing vitamins alongside the protein. Egg whites alone may appear like a muscle-preserving superfood. But for elderly people, they're only half the story. And the next natural food on this list proves you can also obtain minerals in a way that strengthens not just muscles, but also your bones. Before we continue, if you're receiving value from this video, go ahead and tap that like button, and make certain to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss out on powerful health tips like these. Number 4. Moringa leaves. Known as the miracle tree, moringa has been utilized in traditional medicine for centuries, but only recently have scientists confirmed its potential as among the most powerful natural muscle-preserving foods for elderly people. Every part of the moringa tree has nutritional value, but the leaves stand out as a genuine powerhouse. They contain all 9 essential amino acids, the very building blocks your muscles need, but can no longer produce on their own following 60. On top of that, moringa leaves deliver calcium, magnesium, iron, and antioxidants at levels that rival or even surpass spinach and kale. Take the story of Samuel, a 73-year-old retired teacher. He struggled with constant fatigue and leg cramps, and protein shakes upset his stomach. His daughter introduced him to moringa tea and leaf powder. Within months, he noticed improved energy and strength. Climbing stairs became easier, and his doctor was amazed by his stabilized blood pressure and improved hemoglobin levels. What made the difference? A steady supply of plant-based amino acids and minerals that his aging body desperately needed but wasn't absorbing from processed supplements. What distinguishes moringa from other foods is its digestibility. Unlike protein powders that can trigger bloating or nausea, moringa is gentle on the stomach, making it ideal for elderly people with sensitive digestion. It also contains quercetin and chlorogenic acid, compounds demonstrated to diminish oxidative stress and regulate blood sugar, 2 factors that directly affect muscle strength and energy in elderly adults. Moringa leaves are more than just a supplement. They are a survival food for elderly people, offering a balanced combination of protein, minerals, and antioxidants that protect against muscle decline. And as powerful as they are, the next food on our list climbs even higher. A surprising seed that doesn't just protect your muscles, but assists in rebuilding them at the cellular level. Number 3. Lentils. Lentils may appear humble, but they are among the most powerful muscle-saving foods on the planet, particularly for elderly people. Just 1 cup of cooked lentils delivers approximately 18 grams of protein, rivaling numerous animal sources, and they come packed with iron, folate, and magnesium, minerals critical for red blood cell formation, oxygen transport, and muscle recovery. For elderly people, this is a substantial deal. Following 60, muscle fibers repair more slowly, and oxygen delivery weakens as blood vessels stiffen. Without steady nutrients, even a brief walk can feel exhausting. Lentils step in to fill that gap, offering steady plant-based fuel without the cholesterol or saturated fat of meats. Science backs this up strongly. A 2017 study in the Journal of Nutrition tracked elderly adults who consumed legumes like lentils at least 4 times per week. Those who did had 33% better muscle retention and substantially lower rates of frailty compared to those who rarely consumed them. The fiber in lentils also stabilizes blood sugar, preventing the insulin spikes that accelerate muscle breakdown. In other words, lentils don't just feed muscles, they protect them from silent metabolic damage. Red lentils cook quickly and blend well into soups, while green or brown lentils hold shape better in salads and stews. Pair them with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or peppers to boost iron absorption, since plant-based iron isn't absorbed as easily as the kind discovered in meat. The truth is, lentils may not appear flashy, but they're among the cheapest, most nutrient-dense ways to rebuild muscle following 60. They protect against anemia, fuel muscle repair, and keep energy stable, all without the risks of cholesterol-heavy meats or overpriced supplements. And if you think lentils are impressive, the food at number 2 is even more shocking. A marine food so powerful it's been called the complete protein of the future, and it's sitting in health stores right now. Number 2. Seaweed, nori, and wakame. When individuals think of muscle food, seaweed almost never comes to mind. But this overlooked ocean vegetable, nori sheets wrapped around sushi or wakame floating in miso soup, is among the most powerful natural anti-sarcopenia weapons for elderly people. It may appear fragile and paper-thin, but seaweed is a nutrient-dense superfood that delivers what numerous expensive protein powders cannot: bioavailable amino acids, rare minerals, and compounds that directly protect muscle tissue. A 2019 study in Marine Drugs revealed that wakame contains peptides that actively suppress muscle breakdown enzymes, assisting aging muscle fibers in resisting the slow wasting process of sarcopenia. Nori, on the other hand, is rich in taurine, an amino acid critical for muscle contraction, nerve signaling, and diminishing oxidative stress inside muscle cells. Elderly people who regularly consumed edible seaweed in this study retained substantially higher muscle mass and grip strength compared to non-seaweed eaters. Another hidden weapon in seaweed is fucoxanthin, a carotenoid that boosts fat metabolism and lowers inflammation. Chronic inflammation is among the silent drivers of muscle loss in elderly people, eating away at tissue even if you exercise. By diminishing inflammatory markers, fucoxanthin assists your muscles in recovering faster following activity. Combine that with the natural omega-3 fatty acids discovered in seaweed, and you've got a food that rivals and frequently beats expensive fish oil supplements. Practicality matters too. Seaweed is light, inexpensive, and easy to add to any diet. Nori sheets can be consumed as a crispy snack, wrapped around rice, or crumbled into soups. Wakame can be added to stews, miso soup, or even sprinkled on salads. The key is consistency. Small amounts several times a week can transform nutrient levels and muscle strength in ways most elderly people never anticipate. And if seaweed is this powerful at number 2, then you can only imagine what sits at number 1. A humble but shocking food that beats powders, pills, and pricey supplements at rebuilding muscle and strength following 60. Number 1, cottage cheese. And here we are, the food that beats protein powders at their own game. Cottage cheese might appear simple, almost humble compared to flashy supplements, but for elderly people, it's nothing short of a muscle-saving powerhouse. What makes cottage cheese so unique isn't just the protein content, it's the type of protein, casein. Unlike whey, which floods the bloodstream quickly and disappears, casein digests slowly, delivering a steady stream of amino acids for up to 7 hours. For elderly people whose muscles are constantly fighting breakdown, that slow drip of nutrition indicates less muscle wasting overnight and more protection during the day. A 2012 study published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise proved this clearly. Elderly people who consumed casein protein before bed had a 22% higher rate of overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to those who consumed nothing. That indicates while they slept, their bodies were still rebuilding and protecting muscle tissue. A massive advantage in the fight against sarcopenia. And unlike expensive powders, cottage cheese delivers this in a natural, nutrient-rich form. Take George, 70, who had been relying on protein shakes to fight his leg weakness. He complained about bloating, gas, and stomach discomfort from powders. Following his daughter's suggestion for cottage cheese at night with a sprinkle of fruit, the difference was dramatic. Within weeks, his morning stiffness eased, his walks got longer, and he told his doctor it was the first time he'd felt solid in years. What powders upset in his gut, real food corrected, while still fueling his muscles. Think about it. One inexpensive tub of cottage cheese provides more long-lasting muscle support than a $60 container of protein powder. It doesn't come with additives, artificial sweeteners, or fillers. Just real food accomplishing what your body needs most. For elderly people above 60, it's the ultimate weapon against muscle loss, fatigue, and weakness. That's why cottage cheese earns the number 1 spot. It's not glamorous, but it functions. Day after day, night after night, it quietly feeds your muscles, strengthens your bones, and keeps you moving like someone 10 years younger. So now you understand the truth. You don't need a tub of artificial protein powder to protect your muscles following 60. You need real foods. Spirulina with its complete proteins. Pumpkin seeds fueling your strength with magnesium and zinc. Amaranth delivering rare amino acids. Egg whites paired with the yolk for full power. Moringa leaves flooding your body with antioxidants. lentils building endurance with plant protein and iron, seaweed boosting metabolism and muscle recovery, and at number 1, cottage cheese, the slow, steady protein source that rebuilds your muscles even while you sleep. For elderly people, these aren't just foods, they're medicine. They're the difference between walking strong into your 70s or struggling with sarcopenia, weakness, and loss of independence. Now it's your turn. Which of these foods do you already consume, and which one surprised you the most today? Share it in the comments. I'll be reading and responding because your story could inspire another elderly person to take back their strength. If this video opened your eyes, don't stop here. Hit the like button so more individuals above 60 see this. Share it with a friend or family member who needs muscle strength right now. And most importantly, subscribe so you never miss the next urgent video packed with science-backed health advice the supplement companies don't want you to hear. Your muscles are your freedom. Feed them wisely, and they'll carry you strong for decades to come. If you have any questions or want to share your personal experience, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We're always listening. Thanks for viewing.